Coming up on BearZone, the NBA playoffs are in full swing as all eyes are on the Warriors and Cavaliers.
Also, Major League Baseball celebrated Jackie Robinson Day.
We also have an update on both tennis teams.
We've got all that and more this week on BearZone. Don't go anywhere. After a regular season that was full of excitement and heartbreak, the NBA playoffs are here and are not expected to disappoint. Coming out of the East, many expect King James and the Cleveland Cavaliers to breeze into the finals. On the other side, the Splash Brothers and the Golden State Warriors are looking for redemption after last year's Game 7 loss to the Cavaliers, setting up a possible Cavs-Warriors Part 3 finals. But both teams have their hands full in the first round. The Cavs have Paul George and the Indiana Pacers, while the Warriors try to contain the dynamic duo of Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum of the Portland Trail Blazers. Anything can happen in the NBA playoffs, so stay tuned next week for full highlights here on BearZone.
This past Saturday was a special day in the baseball world. Major League Baseball celebrated Jackie Robinson and his accomplishments. On this day, teams and players proudly wear the number 42. The celebration of Robinson resonates from April 15, 1942, when he broke the color barrier with the Brooklyn Dodgers. Now, 70 years later, the Dodgers have paid tribute to him by revealing a bronze statue outside Dodger Stadium. Even though Jackie Robinson is only celebrated one day of the year, his courage is something that will remain great for the MLB.
We are 10% of the way through the 2017 Major League season, and the Rockies are off to a pretty good start. Following last night's 4-2 loss in Los Angeles, the Rockies are tied for first in the National League West with a record of 10-6. The other team sitting in first is the Arizona Diamondbacks. After 14 straight games to open the season, the Rockies are off tonight for just the second time this season. On their day off, the Rockies head home for a 7-game stint, starting with a 3-game series against the Giants this weekend. We will continue to keep you up to date on the latest from the Rockies right here on BearZone.
What happens when you cross a Roadrunner and a Bear? A 3-game series on Easter weekend. In Game 1 Friday afternoon, the Bears offense sparked some late-inning magic, scoring 7 runs in the final 2 innings. But the biggest of those runs was a 3-run walk-off home run by catcher Alex Keel. His first dinger of the season gave UNC an 8-6 win. The Bears tried to take that magic into a doubleheader Saturday, but the Roadrunners had other plans. Metro State starter Vega threw 7 shutout innings, giving them a 2-1 win in Game 1. While in Game 2, Roadrunner starter Stimpson threw a complete game shutout, giving Metro State a 4-0 win. The series loss for the Bears was quickly forgotten as the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs visited Greeley Tuesday. UNC fell behind early, but the Bears' bats woke in the 3rd inning when Dean Lawson and Matt Burkhart homered. The Bears went on to score 8 more runs, giving them 10 on the afternoon. But the Mountain Lions tried clawing back into the game, scoring 2 in the 9th. The comeback fell short, though, as Jacob Howard closed the door, giving UNC a 10-6 win. UNC is back in action tomorrow night when they visit New Mexico State for a 3-game series.
A battle between the Bears and Montana didn't end well for UNC. The Grizzlies topped the Bears in all 3 games of the softball series last weekend. Game 1 only saw 1 player cross the plate in the 2nd inning. An RBI single to left center scored the Grizzlies, who went on to win the game 1-0. Home plate saw a little more action in Game 2. Montana knocked a 3-run homer in the 1st inning to get things started. The Bears tied the game at 3 in the 3rd inning after a 3-run Jordan Wyattrack homer. But the Bears couldn't overcome the Grizzlies. In the 4th inning, the Grizzlies crossed the plate 4 more times and crossed once more in the 5th. Down 8-3 in the 6th inning, Rachel Johnson knocked one out of the park, making the score 8-4. but a Grizzlies RBI single sealed the victory 9-4. The Grizzlies got things started in the first inning again in Game 3, earning a 4-0 lead. Montana held the lead until the Bears crossed the plate in the third, and once again in the fifth. Montana earned another 4 runs in the fifth and 3 in the sixth to take the game 11-5. North Dakota visits Greeley this weekend for the Bears' second-to-last home series of the season. Head out to Gloria Rodriguez Field to support the Bears starting Friday at 1 p.m. After the break, Abigail has the forecast for college night at Coors Field. We'll be right back.
All right, give me a spot. You know my motto, safety first.
They could be dangerous. I think we should call animal control.
Animal control?
To be safe.
Don't worry.
Just...
I got this. It's a new motto.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Here's your check.
Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Gone. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. The Rockies are playing this weekend, and the weather looks a little bit iffy. We might see some rain Friday and Saturday, with about a 30% chance on Friday and about a 40% chance on Saturday, which may just mean a few clouds, but it's going to be sunny on Sunday with a high of 45 degrees. Now, don't let this forecast deter you from going. On Friday, for the start of the game, temperature is going to be about 47 degrees with mostly cloudy skies. And for Saturday and Sunday, the sunshine is going to be a bit more prevalent with 55 for the start of the game on Saturday and 70 for Sunday. Here's the precipitation forecast. And as you can see, the model's thinking that the precipitation is going to start around Friday and move into Saturday and not really be around for Sunday. We have got rain starting here in Colorado, and as you can see, that rain is starting to move into Denver, and it's only going to be moving here to Greeley after that. For UNC's game with New Mexico State in Las Cruces, we've got clear skies all weekend and highs in the 80s. And on this day in weather history, more like July 19th in 2006, the St. Louis Cardinals played the Atlanta Braves, and both teams had to be brave when winds from a nearby storm got up to 90 miles an hour and went through the stadium. And here's a photo on the lower half of the screen of the chaos that ensued then. But the Cardinals did manage to win this game. Back to you.
Thanks, Abigail. Hopefully the weather will stay nice for the Giants and Rockies series. After the break, we'll catch you up on the NHL playoffs. We'll be right back.
Hey, I'm Anderson Cooper. As a parent, you want to make sure that your child knows how to deal with bullying when they see it happening. And chances are they want to help, but they don't really know how. Well, teach them that the best thing to do is calmly walk away, find a teacher or other adult, and speak up. And do your part. Be that adult they can talk to and trust will listen. Join me to help stop bullying. Go to stopbullying.gov to find out more.
You sure you don't want some? It's chamomile. Listen, you are extremely terrifying. Just the scariest undead subhuman thing on TV, and I really mean that. But I am worried that you could give my kids nightmares if they see you, so I'm gonna have to block you. So that's it. Oh, and tell the zombies they're blocked too.
UNC men's tennis closed the 2017 season with a 5-2 loss against Northern Arizona. The game took place in Greeley, but this time it was outdoors, thanks to the nice weather. This match was especially significant for seniors Hayden Kramer, Alex Clarihue, and Alex Victorius, because it was their last college match. The significance stretched to Ben Gendron, who finished his first year as a head coach. The Bears lost the 3 doubles, but won 2 out of 6 singles, with an exceptional performance by freshman Kyle Pease, who won in the third set 10-4. Senior Alex Victorius said goodbye from college tennis by taking down Felix Schumann in the third set 6-3. Northern Colorado finishes this season with an 8-13 record overall and 3-8 in the Big Sky.
Despite a conference loss last weekend, women's tennis earned a spot in the Big Sky tournament. For the past 2 years, the Bears have missed the tournament. This year, the team travels to Phoenix, Arizona with a number 5 seed. Beth Coten, Marissa Baca, and Courtney Schulte are making the tournament trip for the second time in their career. The Bears are preceded by Northern Arizona, Montana State, Idaho, and Idaho State in the standings. The Big Sky Championship starts next week. We will keep you updated right here on BearZone.
Golf season is coming to a close. After finishing the regular season, both the men's and women's teams prepare for their respective Big Sky Championships. The men finished their season at the El Macero Classic in California, where they finished 11th out of 14 teams. The women finished in 5th place out of 14 at the Montana State Bobcat Invitational in Arizona. The Women's Big Sky Championships begin Friday, and we'll have the results next week on BearZone. The Men's Championships begin Friday, April 28th, and we'll have the results when the tournament concludes.
The NHL playoffs continued Wednesday night with 4 games and 1 team clinching a spot in the second round. The Anaheim Ducks became the first team to advance in the NHL postseason with a sweep of the Calgary Flames, while on the other hand, the Minnesota Wild stayed alive against the St. Louis Blues. Game 5 will be Saturday in Minnesota at 1 p.m. In Game 3, the Ottawa Senators took a 3-1 series lead with a win over the Boston Bruins. The Senators will look to advance Saturday night at their home ice. Finally, the Capitals evened their series against the Maple Leafs with a 5-4 win. Stay tuned next week for more highlights and recaps of the playoffs right here on BearZone.
The third Grand Prix of the 2017 season took place in Bahrain this last Sunday. The first nighttime race of the year was a spectacle from the beginning to the end. Sebastian Vettel won the race and now leads the championship with 68 points. After a clean start, this race brought a lot of problems for many drivers, such as Max Verstappen, who lost his brakes on the 12th lap, Carlos Sainz, who crashed with Lance Stroll, and Fernando Alonso, who had an engine failure once again. Although the 2 Mercedes led the race at the beginning, a bad strategy from the team allowed the man from the Ferrari to take over first place. We will see if Vettel maintains his lead as the next race is April 30th in Russia.
And that is our show for tonight. Be sure to stay up to date on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, Bear News 98.
Make sure to like us and join us every week for BearZone. All sports, all the time for UNC Athletics. Good night.